What up with y'all, man? It's the Mental Ninja. Just chilling, bro. Living my life and stuff, man. Learning how to be my best, authentic, true self. You feel me? Um, yeah, man. Life is beautiful. Life is a struggle. A beautiful struggle has its ups and downs. So welcome to the dojo. You know, we're gonna talk about first, I want to give a shout out to a few people, man. Shout out to Bro Sanchez. Shout out to Balanced Truths. Shout out to there's so many people, bro. There's so many people. Shout out to Eddie Machete. Shout out to Reagan Riley. Mwah. Shout out to Spirit Light Body. Shout out to King of Higher Self. To Sir Drop. Shout out to Bro Dideck Mercury. Shout out to Killer Priest. Shout out to Marty Leeds. Shout out to My Real Tech Computer Services. Yeah, shout out to Kirk Washington Jr. Yeah, you know, and Lady Legs and Backpack Zoe and Greedy Vegan. Shout out to the mods in the Bro Sanchez chat. So today, bro, it's been an interesting past like 24 hours, right? You know, I got banned off of Facebook for 30 days for like arguing. This is a month ago, for arguing with somebody over a post that my friend had posted, my coworkers, and he tagged me and a bunch of people in it. And this one dude was like just going crazy, calling them kind of bitches and hoes and shit like that. And I commented like, you mad? And dude went to call me all kind of bitches and hoes, all kind of crazy shit. So I was going back and forth. I was like not serious and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, not to the point where like I'm some kind of fucking Facebook beast and like I'm gonna show up and ride up to your house and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because like truthfully, bro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can fight real good and stuff. I can defend myself. I can cause all kind of chaos and records and stuff. But like at the same time, bro, I do know the difference between like, you know, talking shit over a social media platform or whatever, right? And also, you know, stuff going down like personally and stuff, you know, or like, you know, stuff like that where you're gonna run into somebody. So like this dude was like saying all kind of Uncle Tom stuff, whatever, and I said some shit back to him, whatever. I was like, you can't, he said Uncle T. I was like, bro, you can't even say it, you know. I was like, said my little piece, and then this motherfucker, like, he fucking reported my post. And I was like, damn, what kind of shit is that? You know, so I got banned for 30 days and stuff because it's not the first time that, you know, I've been having my post reported. A lot of times it's because like people like, I'll show you, you know, and the first couple times, I guess it was kind of like emotionally a little bit like, you know, not fun. But then the 30th day, I was like, damn, what am I gonna do now? It's like, that's a bad thing. When you're thinking like, oh my God, I can't be on Facebook. What am I gonna do now? That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. So I was actually grateful for the ban because I was able to, you know, be on this Bro Sanchez chat live more and or live streams more and stuff and participate in that. And that actually helped me out greatly, you know, over this, you know, pandemic lockdown for at least a whole month, you know, and then some. And I was able to create my channel and start building upon it and stuff and taking ideas and getting feedback and stuff, you know, positives and not too many negatives, but some, you know, positives and stuff, you know. And so like my ban was lifted like 3 or 4 days ago, right? And maybe 3 days ago. So I was been on Facebook like going ham. Straight up going ham, bro. Like, you know, with the whole COVID-19 thing, bro, people are upset and angry at me just because I have a difference of opinion, just because I have a different view, just because I have a conflicting belief than they do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, it's just social media, you know? And so what I want to talk about in this video is how to be okay with people who have conflicting views and how to be okay with people who are angry for you of having conflicting views, okay? So what happened was I was like, you know, coming up, I come up with some funny stuff, like some comedic shit, and I post on Facebook, and a lot of people like, you know, I have like 3,500, 2,900 friends on Facebook. You know, most of them I don't even know. They consist of primarily like, you know, a few flat earthers and stuff. Cause I've been kicked out of like 3 flat earth communities for not, you know, on Facebook for not being a Christian flat earther and stuff like, and it's kind of like sucks, you know. It's all good though. So it's like a few flat earthers. Majority of the friends that I know are from AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, a couple high school and friends I knew from my childhood, and people I know actually physically and personally and stuff. And the rest are like Thelemites, Luciferians, Satanists, because like, you know, I'm a Thelemite and stuff. And like, you know, I originally thought that the unorthodox, you know, religious view, the religious unorthodox religions, you know, will kind of be open towards, you know, differences of opinion, but like they're kind of like just as close-minded as like the fundamentalist Christians and stuff, which I'm not against, you know what I'm saying? I like to poke holes at even my own beliefs and shit, because it's fun. For me, it's fun. You know, keep myself, you know, ever, you know, moving and shit, you know, not getting stagnant and calcifying and becoming rusty and shit, you know, always searching for new horizons, always questioning, you know, like Dred says, question everything. I question all my beliefs, you know what I'm saying? And that keeps them fresh. That keeps them, you know, finely sharpened and shit, you know what I'm saying? Iron sharpening iron. But get to the point. So a bunch of stuff I was posting, you know, the people that know me personally, they love it. And there's a bunch of people on Facebook, man, that I'm not really friends, never met in real life, but like some of them I've grown pretty close to through Facebook and through posts and stuff, because we have similar mindsets and we find similar things funny and shit. And like, and those people are kind of the ones that are kind of like almost free-spirited in a way, like nothing really pisses them off. They kind of have a grain of salt mentality and stuff, and like, you know, take things like kind of like, you know, it's all good, you know, this is social media. But a lot of fellow Thelemites and you know, people that are Satanists and people that have different, you know, extreme beliefs or different kind of beliefs and religions that pretty much make up, you know, their processes or methods of thought, weren't happy with things I was posting, you know, and they're like calling me a conspiracy theorist and they're tired of it and people are dying and this and that. And yeah, I know somebody who died from COVID-19. I know one person that died from COVID-19 out of all that. I know thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Not talking about Facebook and shit. You know, I know thousands of people. I know thousands of people and shit. And a friend of mine, his mother passed away, rest her soul, from the COVID-19. Okay, now or complications due to COVID-19, whatever the hell it was, she's gone. You know, which is terrible. But I'll tell you the reality of the situation is that I know more people over the past 2 months since COVID-19 has been around that have died due to alcoholism, drug addiction, overdoses. Straight up. I think like 6 or 7 people died just from that. Friends of mine, you know what I'm saying? People I knew. A few of my friends, a few people have died from heart attacks. A few people have died from like just, you know, natural causes and shit, you know? So like, I kind of like with the whole COVID-19 thing, I kind of think like we're like, now death is important, but it's only important if it's COVID-19. Any other death isn't important, you know? And my posts are kind of like more poking holes that, you know, I don't have all the facts. All the facts that's provided to me by the news media are very conflicting and stuff, you know what I'm saying? The facts that they say don't add up to what I see in my own neighborhood, in my own city, when I'm on the road traveling around the Southwest and stuff. You know, really I just see people basically in the result, in the effect of the cause, you know what I'm saying? This invisible cause. I just see people wearing the mask, people doing social distancing. I see all the signs everywhere and stuff. And it seems more like the signs are real than the actual thing that's happening and stuff. And of course, no, I've not been in New York. No, I've not been to downtown LA or these hot spots and stuff. But I'm in Vegas, bro. If there had been a hot spot, it should have been Vegas. I mean, come the fuck on. I work on the strip. I'm out there every day. I see all the people touching the same things, buying the same things, walking the same way from every country. A lot of Asians. And before, like, since December, almost all the Asians were wearing the masks and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, none of them brought the COVID here? You know? I mean, yeah, we have cases here. I don't know how much, 600 or whatever and stuff, you know, but, you know, either way, I don't agree with it. And other people feel like I'm supposed to agree with it because they agree with it. I'm not supposed to have my own considerations. I'm not supposed to look at things and weigh things best based on my own intellect and stuff. I'm supposed to adopt their intellect. Why? Because that's what they've done. And it becomes a crab in a bucket idea, syndrome. Let's call that a syndrome. Let's call that a disease of conformity, of copying and parroting and monkey see, monkey do. You know what I'm saying? And the lemming idea. You know, so like, I got unfriended. People like, they'll be like, and then, you know what's funny? People will comment to say how much they don't like your post and unfriend you. Like, so what? You know, like, I mean, it's like one thing you come by somebody's house, say, I'm not your friend no more. That's some childish ass shit. You know, and the whole friend and unfriend is childish, really, in its context. You know, and, you know, when somebody unfriends me, I was like, I put a meme on there. Bye, Felicia, with Ice Cube, looking like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And people take social media extremely serious. People take social media extremely non-serious. People use it to sell, people use it to buy, people use it to hook up, people use it to troll, people use it to not say nothing, you know what I'm saying? And the bad thing about social media that I encounter is that people automatically believe that you're supposed to have a linear perception that fits nice and neatly into their pre-made or conceived or whatever thoughts they have. They do not really respect people that have opposing thoughts, conflicting or contradicting to their own beliefs, their own stance. They don't think that you should be around, but they claim freedom of speech for themselves. And it's funny that they want to be free to speak, but they don't want other people to be free to speak. It almost seems like, so social media is kind of designed based off, you know, the likes, off the like button, which is kind of like a psychological thing of reward and stuff, you know what I'm saying? The more likes, the better. The less likes, the not better and stuff, you know? And honestly, I get the same amount of likes for my posts from the same people usually and stuff, you know? And mostly, you know, this is the funny thing. Usually, I just post quotes. Usually, I just post quotes, right? From Aleister Crowley to Socrates to Plato to, you know, Israel Regardie to Manly Hall, Alan Watts. I mean, if I find a really really good quote, I go on A to Z quotes and I type in the tight idea, conformity or something, or depression or anxiety or, you know, critical thinking, and I'll see all the different names, all the different quotes further that's in that idea, and I see a nice quote, I click on it. And I read it and I copy it and send it to Facebook, right? And then I'm interested in the person who put the quote. So I look, maybe they have more stuff like this. And if it becomes to a point, I look up their books, I download the books and I read the books, you know what I'm saying? And I don't get too many comments. I don't get too many shares or likes on the quotes, a few of them. You know what I'm saying? If it's an Alex Crowley quote, it's going to be majority for Thelemites liking it, you know what I'm saying? In the beginning, I used to only post quotes and not put the name. But then when I put the name, all of a sudden, people have animosity, not to the quote, but to the person that said it. Like I read some quotes by Ayn Rand. They were really fucking nice. And I posted a bunch. I went through all her quotes. It was like 30 pages. I'm going like page. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I'm fucking flooding my fucking, my boom, 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 boom. 10 posts in like 5 minutes and shit of all these fucking dope ass quotes. And people like, oh, she's this and that. Oh, she blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, but what about the quote? They don't see the quote. They only see the person. And they see what they only see is their disdain, their dislike for the person, not the subject of the content. You know, the content of the subject they're talking about. And I fucking absorb that data. And I may post things like, it causes emotional reaction and stuff, you know? And the way people react, I get to learn about how they are, who they are, what they do, what they think, what they feel and stuff. I'm pretty sure Facebook used that same technique. When I'm on the strip doing my work at the timeshare OPC, when I use certain words, I watch how they respond to those words. When I use certain motions and stuff, certain hand motions, I watch how they respond. If they tense up, I don't do it. If they relax, I continue down that path and stuff, you know? So it's fishing, you know what I'm saying? Now, I haven't posted too many quotes. I've been out of Facebook jail. I've been going ham, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, see if I get put back in Facebook jail, because really, like, I don't even care no more. And that's freeing to not really be so attached to Facebook that it's like crack. You know, it's like an addiction and shit, which, you know, I know all about that. So I gotta be on guard, you know. And And, you know, the same thing can apply to the Facebook or the YouTube and stuff. You know, I can do the same, you know, gorge myself, and that shit becomes unhealthy. I'm not doing anything but sitting in my room with my, you know what I'm saying, TV on, Facebook, on YouTube, phone on YouTube, you know, typing and going back and forth and shit, you know. So basically, this might be a little bit longer video, and if you watch the whole video, I appreciate it. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I know I can be long-winded sometimes and jump around back and forth, but like, I just let it flow. I just let it flow. And so I started doing these little, you know, with a picture. And you see a picture for 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I talk about that or something. That, I'll get to that sooner or later, or shorter videos, or whatever. So I've just been going ham on Facebook. People don't like it. People, you're an asshole. Goodbye. Bye, Felicia. It's that. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah. And with the COVID-19, I have mixed emotions. A lot of people laugh at it. A few people are angry at it. Some people don't even like it or nothing, just start commenting on it. How fucking bad of a person, how fucking ignorant, or how fucking stupid, or how dumb, or whatever, this and that. And it's not, they don't know me. They just don't like the post. And they don't want to talk about the post. They want to talk about me. Unless it's something I say. You know, I post, you know, laughing and shit, you know what I'm saying? And they're emotionally charged, they're emotionally activated to engage in that. I don't think they have a choice. I really don't. Otherwise, if they did, they probably would save their energy for something more fruitful, I would think. However, in their mind, reacting in that manner with not just a like, a happy face, a mad face, a tear, a heart, a hugging heart, isn't a valid reaction to them. They need further reaction. You know, they can't contain themselves. And I understand, I'm human too, you know, and so like, it eventually came down to it, you know, some people that were in my order weren't happy with the things I was saying. And it eventually came down to, you know, people contacting me, certain individuals contacting me on my messenger, you know, pissed off at me, not wanting to be my friend over this and stuff. And it's like, well, bro, it's okay. I'm okay with you not liking my post. I'm okay with you not wanting to be my friend. I'm okay if you don't come to my house anyway. You don't even know the fuck I live. I'm okay. You haven't fucking dialed my phone ever. Ever, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay that what I said, it doesn't float right with you. And I'm okay with what you said didn't float right with me, but I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? And basically, so what do we do when somebody doesn't agree with something that we say? We have options, actually. We can either get angry, get frustrated, lash out with comments and this and that, and maybe eventually get ourselves blocked. We can not comment at all and keep scrolling, which is like something that's against the law or something, to keep scrolling if you see somebody post something that you don't agree with, or is a socially debatable or high controversial topic or whatever. And the only reason it's high controversy about the topic is because there's fucking split hairs on it. You know what I'm saying? Or there's a consensus, there's only one way to perceive, and if somebody comes with a different perception, well, we don't like that. We don't like people who do things differently around here. We want everybody to dress the same, sound the same, look the same, feel the same. We don't want no individuality. We don't want no unorthodox thought processes. We don't want to hear your opinion. We want to hear our opinion coming out of your mouth, you know? And so you can comment, trip out. You can keep scrolling. You can engage, say, you know, I don't agree with that, and I appreciate your input and what you say, but I don't agree with the post, but thank you, have a good day. You can do that. Or you can go toe-to-toe with them and say, well, let's talk about this. Let's debate. Let me interject, blah, blah, blah. Let me produce what I think is right, and you produce what you think is right. And at the end of that, you can get mad. Or you can stop answering, keep scrolling, and disengage. Or, you know, you can be like, you know what? Thanks for sharing. Nobody likes saying thanks for sharing. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes difficult, you know, when people are so absorbed in posts, and people are more, I don't know, I think sometimes I feel like people are more of a person on Facebook than they are in real life. That when they're in real life, they're inhibition, they have a lack of ambition, but when they're on Facebook, it's like they're drunk and all fucking chains are off, you know, saying no holds barred, there's nothing holding you back, go balls to the wall, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's like It makes it difficult for people to interact with people in public. You know, so people unfriended me. And then they're talking about me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I kind of get the, you know, from what was told to me, like, you know, some people don't like what I say and they want other people to do something about it. Well, they want me to punish me in real life, what I say on my private Facebook, my private profile, my profile. Okay? That doesn't violate any community standards. It violates their community, their idea of what community should be based on what they think it is, which is fucking tyranny, which is dogmatic and superstitious, which is, no, I'm not even gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? People want to control other people's posts. People want to control other people's words. People want to control other people's lives. But don't nobody want to contribute to paying no motherfucking bills. Don't nobody want to be like, hey man, you need a ride? Hey man, how you doing? Do you got toilet paper? No. We're looking to control. We're looking to sanction. We're looking to legislate. We are not for freedom of speech. We're for freedom of chaos. We're for freedom of punishment. We like witch hunts. We like trials. And we like burning people at the stake if they don't conform. And you're kind of like expected to, you know, volunteer willingly to conform. You're expected to volunteer willingly. The fuck is that supposed to mean? You know, so it's strange. It was really strange that we are become detached like that. We are no longer perceiving things from a logical perspective. Some of us. You know, I'm not going to hate to generalize every person in the world. That'll be unfair. I'm going to be incorrect and fallacious and illogical and unsound and uncogent and all that shit. You know, invalid and stuff. You know, but like, for me, I believe that if I want to speak freely, and if I'm not inciting people, as long as I am not telling people what to do, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, I'm not fucking sequestering people to do things against their will, and I'm just freely sharing my thoughts that you may agree with and may not agree with. I should allow other people to do the same, whether they agree with me or whether they don't agree with me, whether they want to rebuttal or they don't want to rebuttal, whether they want to fucking trip out and slander me and call me names and report my posts or try to. I should allow them to do that. Otherwise, if I limit them, I limit myself, just in the idea. You know, and as a Thelemite, I do find that difficult. As an alcoholic, what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to control things that are beyond my control. Like if somebody wants to wipe their butt or not, that's not my control. That's their control. And if I'm mad at them because they buy a certain kind of toilet paper, or I'm mad at them because they shop at a certain fucking supermarket, and I'm like, how dare you shop at Sprouts or Smith's? You should be shopping at Whole Foods. You know, look who, that shit is fucking insane. Now, what we're left with, I guess if I'm not I don't have any really political views, you know what I'm saying? But I guess they have like categories of like these trains of thoughts where I see valid reasoning from a few different political backgrounds or categories and stuff. But I guess in a certain sense, I guess if I can claim something, which I'm not going to, I feel I've read about existentialism. I see a lot of valid things in that, you know. Individualism, I see a lot of valid things in that. Democracy, republic, I see a lot of valid things in that. Certain aspects of communism, not the bad negative ones and shit, you know what I'm saying, but the ones that can help people, that, you know what, this is what it comes down to. If it helps people and allows people to help themselves and doesn't involve indoctrinating people, conforming people, subjugating people, punishing people into a certain train of thought or method of behaviors, I think it's perfect. I think if it encourages people to learn, and there's still flip sides to that. I'm not talking about, oh, let people do whatever they want. Even if the devil might do what thou wilt, man, that means that I need to find out what it is that I want. And I want to be a good person. I want to grow. That means I'm going to have to do some learning. Okay, that means I'm gonna do some re-educating. That means I'm gonna do some surveying of my own methods, my own motives, my own agendas, my own conduct, my own behavior, which is the same thing, my own thought process and shit, and be willing and open-minded and honest that some or all those things need to change, can change, will change, or should change. But how am I supposed to know if I don't engage in the process? You know what I'm saying? I think that what people really, really want, like, this is what they want me to do. They want me to notify them before I'm making a post. Hey guys, I'm about to make a post. Can you please send me what it is I should post? The fuck? Right then, I already fucking violated because I done made an initial post asking for them what I should post, asking them what I should post. That doesn't make any sense, does it? But when I post something, they're mad like I fucking they told me not to post it, and I made a deal with them I wasn't gonna post like a contract, and I went against it and I broke a contract. And it's social media. And everybody loves the aroma of their own fart, but can't stand the same fart and the aroma that comes from somebody else's ass. I totally fucking get it. Because I don't either. Shit. I don't even like my own shit, my own fart sometimes. You know, but like, what would you rather me do? Would you rather me say I believe something and don't and lie to you and everybody else about something I don't even believe in, I don't agree with at all, so I can fit in, so I can take the easier, softer way, so I won't meet any resistance? How does one work out with zero resistance? What's inertia? If there's no resistance, we all be sliding and scooting everywhere. We need resistance to get what? To get our balance, to find our center, to find our position, to be grounded. You know, and I think that we become so focused on appealing to other people, we cease to be people ourselves. And check that out. Run that one. Put that in exponents into the whatever power. Imagine everybody trying to appeal to everybody, that everybody stops being people. So what are we appealing to? What are we really feeding ourselves? What are we really trying to be? Well, we're not trying to be people. That's what happens. If that's the premise. I encourage people to post what they feel. Even if, you know what thing is, I can't tell, like, this is, you don't want to hear the truth. You want me to tell you what I want people to do? I want people in Florida to say, hey, you know what? We're going to fucking make it to where if you're a felon and you've served your time, you can immediately, upon finishing your time, reapply to have your rights restored. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the world don't operate on Zach's time or the ninja's time. It operates on its time. And I must be patient. I have to be. And I'm not committing any crimes. I'm not robbing people. I'm not doing anything illegal. So when I earn that time based on what they say the time should be, the bodies of the law that I broke, then I'll be able to have my rights restored. You know what I'm saying? But I don't expect everybody to adhere like, well, I can't have a firearm. You shouldn't have one either. It's like, well, I had the opportunity before, but I relinquished that opportunity because I engaged in some practices that were not becoming, and I was in trouble. I got in trouble for it. I was convicted of those practices and shit, and I went to jail, and that implied certain losses of certain freedoms to learn me the value of freedom. Not to fucking, I mean, and I could look at it from another bad perspective, like, oh, because I'm black, and because this and that, they want me to, well, maybe, Zach, maybe when you fuck up and you make a mistake, you gotta learn from it. Whether it takes 5 minutes or 5 years, you gotta learn from it. Otherwise, you're destined to make the same fucking mistakes. You know? So, today I have an easier time being okay with other people that have conflicting beliefs. Sometimes, I won't even take this shit serious. Wouldn't you see that if you guys be in Bro Sanchez chat? You see that in my interactions with Bro Dieback. When we was on with Black Ice, the English dude, and he's saying nigga, and it sounded weird, bro. When Bro Sanchez said something, I ain't trying to fake the funk about like being pro-black, like American pro-black, like, and he's like, bro, we're like trying to tell him like it's not. I understand what you're saying, but you're not speaking from an American situation that we grow up in. I don't even know what the fuck they do in England outside of fucking TV shows and Nightfall and Vikings and shit. What's the other movie? Smoke Nah, whatever. Train Spotting and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And dude, he got to talking about if your child is, if you're not having sex and intermingling with your own race, your own black culture, then you're fucking bad, you're a sinner, or you're going to hell, some crazy stuff. And then suggesting that like white people are robots or aliens or genetically deficient. Like my son is fucking me and my ex-wife, who's a Caucasian woman, German, Polish, and Italian. So you trying to say my fucking son is a robot, nigga? You trying to say my son is an alien or something? He's my child, bro. And he was talking about like the ancestors, like, oh, we're disrespecting the ancestors. I'm like, nigga, I am the ancestor right now. 100 years, 20 years, I will be the ancestor. I am the ancestor right now. I have a living son. He is my living will of my existence on earth. I am the living will of my father, and he's the living will of his father, and my father is an ancestor, and my father's father is an ancestor, and going all back, we're all ancestors. My son is an ancestor from the future, from the ancient future, in the present. You know what I'm saying? And like, I did say it in a funny kind of gangster way and shit, like, nigga, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But like, what happens is we become so heavily polarized. We become so heavily trapped in our own thought process and how we think culture and how we've been cultured. Like you do in a petri dish. We become cultured in our own environments and our own thought process. It's macro to micro. When you get to the micros, it becomes a new macro, a micro and stuff. And there's all these layers, like an onion, to the person that you see as the mental ninja. That's one layer of Zach. And under that, there's a name that I have. I don't even fucking know because I'm not Zach when I'm not fucking talking to myself. I'm just walking on the street and I'm like, Zach. No, I don't even know I'm walking. I'm just existing. I'm just being, which I think is beautiful. But when I polarize myself as Zach, black, convict, alcoholic addict, didn't graduate on time with everybody else, this, that, then I become something else. I become a pseudo. I become a compilation of ideas and theoretical pseudo fucking sciences and stuff. You know, and I have not tested the data of who I really am. Well, actually I have, through a lot of inventorying of, you know, things that make me tick and why I think the way I do and my resentments and stuff like that from the AA program. But I become so heavily polarized and so heavily layered that the person I think I am is not the person I really am. The person I really am, I have not talked to in so long because I don't know how to have a conversation outside of the different labels. Jizza said, gotta check the labels. You gotta check the labels. And now there's the mental ninja. He's like really a month old, but I got the name a couple years ago, but still, now I've been using his moniker and stuff. You know, all my little rap names is 730 and stuff. I'm on my Homeboys album and stuff. It's in stores right now. And you know, he's doing another album and stuff, you know. And it becomes a degree to where like it's almost like we become these Mr. Potato Heads, and we're just borrowing other people's pieces, trying to fit them onto ourselves, and it looks like a freaking Picasso, all crazy and shit, all, you know. And we lose all sense of what normal is because we don't identify diversity as normal, which is the, you know, I guess like the scientific or some definition of diversity is normal, or the norm. You know what I'm saying? We don't like things that are different anymore. We don't like new inventions unless other people like the new invention. Unless it could be marketed for a happy sticker. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes difficult for us to interact with each other. It becomes difficult for us to interact with ourselves. Now, mind you, like I said, it's not what I post that offends somebody. It's their thoughts about my post that offends them. Their own thoughts. This is a war between self and self. There's an internal struggle of, I don't like that. And it's like, well, I don't like you because you don't like that. Like, well, I don't want to be on the firing line, so let's attack him. Let's me and you gang up against him. Let's have a witch hunt. We'll grab all the townspeople in our head and go get him or go get her. You know what I'm saying? What happens is like, I don't accept your position And I don't like people who don't accept my position. I am accepting of you, being unaccepting of me. So in the end, I'm just unaccepting, and I want acceptance. And if I don't get acceptance, I will not accept that. We claim intolerance, but were we not intolerant ourselves? You won't tolerate me, and I won't tolerate that. The fuck? Think about that. If it's hitting you and you're like, damn, bro, like if you could laugh about it, that's a good thing. When I'm in AA meetings and I'm laughing about stuff, it's not stuff I can laugh about if I went to a church and said it. It's not stuff I can laugh about when I talk to my parents at the family dinner and stuff, at the family reunion or at a job interview. But when I'm with my people, we laugh about it. I could be in the OTO. They may not understand most things. I'm like, this is one of the things that we talk about in AA, and it's funny. I haven't took a drink today, and, I haven't, went and smoked some meth, and now I'm been up for 2 days, and I'm standing butt naked with the blinds drawn down, peeking through the corner of the blind, waiting for the ITF, which is the Invisible Task Force, to come and get me for 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? And we all laugh when we hear that because we identify. If I go to church today, they're like, sprinkle some holy water, get out of here, you need to confess. And I was like, I just talked to y'all. I just told y'all what happened. You know what I'm saying? If I laugh, they'll think I'm crazy. They think I'm a demon or something. If I'm at work, they'll be like, bro, like, what are you talking about? If I'm in the hood, they're like, we're not supposed to admit those kind of things. We're not supposed to admit that we've done drugs, or we smoke this, or we smoke that, or these kind of things and shit. We're not supposed to admit that. That's not becoming. So it becomes a bunch of fucking bullshit, bro. It becomes a situation where, like Atlantis, we are separated. We can't reach Atlantis because it's an impassable swamp that separates us from the all truistic city and stuff, and we don't know how to navigate this impassable swamp. We don't know how to navigate through the abyss because I keep trying to bring me through the abyss with me. In the abyss, nothing can exist. That's why it's the abyss. Not even nothing can exist in the abyss. So if I'm gonna pass through it, and I'm bringing me or who I think I am, that is gonna get stuck in a place that nothing can exist, which is horrible, oblivion. That means I don't exist. The only way to work it is if I leave me behind and go through. And when I get to the other side, I can create a new me or become the old me or whatever I did. But if I become the old me, have I passed through? No. That's why you can't take you with you when you go to sleep. That's why it's sleep. You're taking a break from being you. And we don't know how to do that. We become so polarized and so basing ourselves on what other people say. We no longer know how to think for ourselves. It's terrible. And I encourage people to step out, encourage, and think for yourself. If you don't agree with something, then don't agree with it. What you may want to do is make a suggestion is, because if you don't agree with it, don't hurt people because you don't like it. Okay? There are going to be situations where you don't like seeing some old lady get beaten up by 3-4 guys and stuff, and you want to help, then by all means help. But there may be some consequence to that. There may be some rewards too. There may be neither. Are you in it because you're getting something, or are you going to do it because you think it should be the right thing to be done? And that still poses more questions of not Hegelian dialectic. But, damn, what's the fucking shit? It's like a process we do in psychology. I can't remember right now, man. For the greater good of all. You know what I'm saying? And that's delicate. That's a delicate situation. That's like the whistleblower thing. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, will you allow yourself to be okay with something that you're not okay with? Because if you're not okay with it, ask yourself, are you okay that you're not okay with it? And if you're like, well, maybe I am because I'm there, then you're onto something. You found the loophole. You found the weakest link, and then you can separate yourself from being not okay with something and be okay with not being okay. And all of a sudden, you're okay. You're okay. It's amazing how things work. We can manipulate that. I'm the mental ninja, bro. I do most mental ninja on myself. You know? Life is so beautiful to be taken so serious, to be getting all bent out of shape like a hanger or a pretzel. You know what I'm saying? Where you're uncomfortable and you're imprisoned by your own thoughts, and you're scared to step out to freedom because you know you've built the wall of thoughts that imprison you and cut you off from the sunlight of the spirit. You know, and all you have to do, and how the thing is, how do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time. How do you take down a wall? One brick at a time, because you put it up one brick at a time, each thought. You know, the mind is a garden. Check this out. The mind is a garden. The earth is a garden. The universe is a garden. Gardens on gardens on gardens on gardens, right? The Garden of Eden was a garden, right? And in a garden in the world, you can plant a seed. And you water that seed, it will grow. You throw seeds on the fucking concrete, you can water them, they ain't gonna grow. They're gonna get baked by the sun. Like, you know the parable, right? But you plant in some good fertile soil, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna grow nice, it's gonna take root. You throw it in where all the weeds is at, the weeds gonna take all the fucking nutrients, and because the weeds already doing their thing, you know. And the thing is, in your mind, it's a garden too. Like whatever thought you plant is a seed, and a good thought will yield good crop. A bad thought will yield negative crop. And let's put it like this: a good crop would be corn or wheat. A seed of a thought of corn or wheat that we can eat, we can nurture ourselves off of. Many uses. You know what I'm saying? A negative crop would be like hemlock and poison ivy, right? Now, you can plant a seed of hemlock, which is a thought, a negative thought. You can plant a seed of wheat, which is a positive thought. And whichever one grows the most, the one that you water the most. And when you water it and it ripens, you will reap the harvest. And you will devour that harvest. And you will feed yourself based upon the content of your own mind. You know? And how do we learn how to separate, how to plant good thoughts and not bad thoughts? It's practice. That's why every year you're going to have a fall. Every year you're going to have a winter. Every year you're going to have a spring. Every year you're going to have a summer. Now, if you've tried in spring and it does good in summer and in fall, like it's not going right, try again next year. Save what you can. Try again next year and perfect it. It's a muscle that may need to be worked. I mean, you can't just go work out one day and expect to get super swole. You can't shoot one jump shot, think you'll make every one of them. That takes practice, takes work, takes discipline. And a lot of us on social media aren't disciplined. We're being tossed around by the waves of posts. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have our own balance. We don't have our own ocean. We don't have our own maritime law personally. And everything that somebody says will influence and affect our day. Now, I mean, I could like only see what everybody posts. Okay, an open mouth selfie, that's what everybody likes, so let me post open mouth selfies and not contribute anything positive. Just negative. It's just negative because it's not adding to. It's not doing anything. Like, you got workers that come to work and you got somebody just sitting around milking the clock. Yeah, he gonna get paid, but shit ain't gonna get done, and we're gonna be there longer. And the people that are working gonna get tired and they're gonna get angry. Unless they can have the capacity, like, you know what, this person's not gonna work. I see that, and let me work harder. Instead of like, oh, I'm gonna work less because he's not working. And make it difficult on ourselves. You know? But in the end, I pissed a bunch of people off today. And the truth is, it's not what I did that pissed them off, it's what they think about what I did that pissed them off, what I said. They don't have to think that if they don't choose to, but they neglect themselves by engaging themselves. It's like you step in some shit and you keep smelling on your shoe and don't clean the shoe. And sit down in the middle of the street, you're just smelling the shoe. Smelling the shit, and every time you smell it, you get more mad and more mad. You smell it again, it infuriates you again. You think about how bad it smells, and you smell it again, you're even more angry. That's being institutionalized too. Where you're a victim to other people's posts. Why didn't you just scroll past it? Did you have to comment? Did I have a gun against your head saying a comment? No. No, I didn't. You did. And you think that you drinking the poison is going to affect me? No. I post because it's a post. Straight up. If people like it, cool. If people don't, cool. If people keep going, cool. But I do feel positive when like I post a really healthy quote that I learned something from and somebody likes it and it also says something. I have people, because I'm a flat earther, I have people come to me in the streets like, bro, hey, all that flat, I didn't want to comment, I don't want people to see me, but I'm a flat earther too now because of what you've been posting. I've been looking into it. I'm like, what? And that's just magical, bro. I got dear friends that don't get butthurt by things I post, even if they don't agree with it. They come to me like, hey man, I love the quotes you be posting, keep doing it. Sometimes I get on Facebook to see your quotes. I'm like, what? And I'm like, why don't you ever like it? He said, nah, it's too good to like. You can't like something that good. But thanks for bringing that information to me. Thanks for sharing. I feel the exact same way about Bro Sanchez doing immense work. I feel like I do the same thing in my own life and stuff, and it's good to see another brother doing it. Spirit Light Body, fucking King of Higher Self, Sir Drop, Greedy Vegan, you guys all do the same shit, and it fucking inspires me to continue. You know why? Because I realize I'm not fucking alone. And that is beautiful. That's a beautiful understanding. No, I'm not the only star in the sky. That there's other stars shining brightly just like me through the darkness of the fucking material void that keeps us where we're at. But we use that energy, we use that darkness to shine brighter, and that's a beautiful thing. And the people that understand is the darkness. Simple, because I was darkness too. I was born from darkness. Some other people, you know what I'm saying, they only adapted to it. They remain in it. I get it. I lived that way for so long. I'm sure you can identify with that in many different areas. You know, I've been catching hell too on Facebook because like, from AA, because I'm not really with the Zoom meetings. And it's the coolest thing now. And they're opening AA meetings up, and people aren't showing up because they've been Zoom is so easy. You don't gotta leave your house. You don't gotta get no paperwork out the locker. You don't gotta collect no dollars. You don't gotta drive from point A to point B and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's like Facebook, really. It's like OnlyFans, like Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And the bad thing about it is like AA needs the contributions that the physical body brings into it. And Zoom is getting paid from AA meetings being in Zoom. Them motherfuckers I see as an overnight celebrity. Bro, they fucking billionaires now over the COVID thing. It took them a while to get there, but when COVID hit, bro, they fucking launched the fuck. They're rich now. You know what I'm saying? Because our energy and our intent is being exchanged into currency on their platform. Meanwhile, AA rooms are struggling to stay open, trying to observe social distancing, struggling. They're afraid. The people that hold the AA rooms, they're afraid that is this going to die out. And I don't think it is because I show up. And there's a few other people that show up. Some of them wear masks, some of them don't. You know what I'm saying? Well, I wear a mask for my mom. I also will wear a mask going to a meeting because it's their qualifications for me to enter their premise. That's okay with me. I'm there. I can put that my pride aside to save my life. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm just I go to the store, I ain't putting no mask on, bro. And if you're like, oh, you're part of the problem, like, nigga, I'm still alive though. I'm gonna be alive 30 days from now, and 30 years from now, and then you're like, oh, it's luck. Lucky you said that. It must be your luck. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. You know what I'm saying? When I pass, it's gonna be my time to pass. I can dress myself in a freaking water heater. When it's time to die, it's time to die. Just in the same way when it was time to be born, I was born. Nothing I could have done to stop me from being born because I'm here now. You're here now. And there's a reason for that. And maybe the purpose is to find out that reason so we can meet death with a certain prestige. You know, one of the things I'm going to do, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, is I'm going to do some thelemic readings from the OTO. And I'm going to share some beautiful things with you guys. If you're not in the OTO, I hope, or a Thelemite, or agree, or even understand it, I really hope that you'll watch those videos, the video I do, or the videos I do, man. Because really, I want to share things that help me in hopes that maybe it'll help you. And maybe it'll help somebody else. Or maybe you'll find something positive out that'll fucking ignite a fire in your heart that may change someone else's life forever. That's the whole purpose of this. If you don't like it, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm glad that you have your position, because you need your position, because it's your position that you're going to grow from, not mine's. If I water a tree over here, the tree down the street ain't going to grow. It's going to get its water from where it's supposed to get it. It's destined to get it. That's what life is. It's implied. It's all inclusive, including death, including trouble, including strife, including trial, including tribulations, including unfavorable elements. But where there's unfavorable, there's also favorable. Matter of fact, they're fucking connected. And with mind metaphysics, mental ninja, mind metaphysics, you can change your life by changing how you see it. Simple as that. A person scrolling through Facebook, they see something they don't like, and they focusing on it. They have changed their life based on what they see, because they have changed their perception based on what they think should be. And they become consumed, and they become imprisoned by their own thoughts. Their energy goes out, boom, comes right back and surrounds them. Trojan horse their own fucking self. A person can see something, like it, and they have changed their fucking day because I found something funny. Why did you laugh? I thought it was funny. Who thought it was funny? Me. Who are you? Whoa. Whoa. What the fuck? What do you mean by that? I can't tell you what I mean by that. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by asking me what I mean by that? Because we're talking about you, and you're the one who don't know. Maybe that's why you act the way you do. Maybe that's why you respond emotionally to certain situations. Maybe the goal is to be happy without being happy. That's called peace. To be angry without being angry. That's called peace. Be angry and not sin. That is fucking peace. We're all looking for peace. We're all looking for it. We're all learning. We're all growing. It's the situations that mold us. But you know what the thing is? We can mold the situation. True magic, true alchemy, using our minds as sulfur to break down the elements around us and to construct something favorable out of it. Solvent coagula on the Baphomet that everybody's afraid of. Solvent, dissolve, coagula, combine. When I see information that angers me, what I need to do is break down the information and break down the angered me and put them together. And then the thing is, like, now it's a part of me. Now it's like, well, it's you now, Zach, so you cool. I mean, you here now, shit. I got a bad knee. I play ball and I smoke cigarettes. I play ball with a bad knee and a hip that bothers me every once in a while. I have to work with what I got, bro. If I want to keep playing ball, I have to fucking, you know what? I gotta stop these. Gotta start working out, start exercising that knee so I can maximize my ability and shit. Or I can find other ways to participate in something that I claim I love. But if I only love it when I'm getting something from it, when I'm on the court, that's the only time I love basketball. I won't watch somebody else play. I won't teach somebody else. I won't coach somebody else. I won't support somebody else. I won't show up for somebody else. Is that true love? Or is that dependency? And that's basketball I'm talking about. I could bring that into my girlfriend. Am I with her because I love her, or because she's fine? She has some nice, fake, beautiful titties. She got a beautiful personality. When she gives me sex, now I want it. She'll pick me up if I need it. Can I love her if she had none of those things? Those are the questions we should ask ourselves. And if we can take the love and the hate and put them together, we'll see that fine line doesn't exist. And it's this fine line. This is the fine line. Like I said, the skin doesn't separate us from the outside world. It's a bridge. And this is what does the walking. Not the physical body, but this is what does the walking. But this is what powers it. This is what powers it and shit. So when we remove being powered from here and realize the true power comes from here, which is pulled in from somewhere else, here, that torch above the bottom of the head, above your head, the illumination, the light, the fire that is put above the physical and all the whole concept of the Baphomet, that's what we're looking for. Because if I operate from the heart, it's also an organ, it's also a muscle. It provides a function. And it's limited in its function it can provide based on the rest of the body's function. The mind as well is limited what it can do based on what it can do, what it can perceive. But this fire up here, it's just everywhere. It's everywhere. Infinite contains the word finite. Infinite, finite. Infinite is always going to be above finite, but finite holds up infinite. The reason is because finite is reaching towards the infinite to give its polarity and have infinity given its polarity. And when you can look at it from here, it's all one thing. It's all one thing. We're all one people. So really when somebody gets mad at my post, that's really me inside them getting mad. And I might just post this to see who reacts to it. So who's the flame, who's the moth? Or are they two sides of the same fucking coin? Spot it, you got it. See, I don't like when I see my character defects walking in the room dressed as somebody else. What I'm looking at is me. How can I understand it? How can I understand Chinese unless I speak it myself? Which I don't. But I speak English though. And I speak nigga too. Can I be okay with not being okay? Because what happens is, if I base my life and base my thought processes on what other people think, do you know how many other people there are in this world other than me? Who will I be then? Will I be a schizophrenic? Will I be constantly groveling at people to give me an idea, to tell me what I should do? Will I be able to feed myself? Will they be feeding themselves? And I'm like, thank you for giving me something, watching you eat. Are they going to share with me? I heard a story once. I think it's Einstein that says it. He says, here, let me help you, says the monkey to the fish, as the fish places the monkey ever so gently into the tree. If you grade or judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll forever think it's stupid. And so will you. You will forever think that fish is incapable. You know what I'm saying? I think it's healthy to be able to be okay with things. And that's a challenge to learn that. That means you have to put yourself in situations, you'll be presented with situations that you're not going to be okay with. And to maybe find that balance. Otherwise, if you go to bed with resentment, you're no longer free. And whatever happened back earlier that day, if the person's still thinking about what I said or my post is like in their head, like, oh, that fucking ninja, that fucking Zach, I'll get, you know what I'm saying? I'm right here. I'm doing a video. It's them victimizing themselves. You know where I learned that? Because that is exactly what I do. I victimize myself with my own fucking thoughts. I have a billion fucking personality, a billion clones in my head. 7.6 billion clones in my head, right? And they're all me. I have the outfits and the face and the clothing of every single person who has offended me throughout my day and throughout my life. And I have those clothes, faces, and outfits stashed in the motherfucking closet. And every once in a while, me and all the committee in my head, the 7.6 billion other me's that's all a clone, we take those face masks, we put them on, we take the outfits, we put them on, and we stab the fuck out of each other. But it's just me stabbing myself. The dog chases his own tail, the dog's chasing his own tail, the dog returns to his vomit. You know what I'm saying? It's not a healthy practice. And who dies in the end? Who gets injured in the end? Me. A man is the quality of his thoughts. What is in my thoughts? Resentment and bitterness and unhappiness and the victimology. Well, when you encounter me, that's what you're going to encounter. What's in here? What's in your wallet? Real talk, you know? So I'm going to end this video, man, but like I really hope that if I said anything, that if you feel like, man, you saying things, yeah, man, I agree with that, then good. I don't agree with that, then good. It's okay. It's okay either way. I get to have the opportunity not to be sober today, and freely express my beliefs. Hoping it can help somebody. Hoping somebody will laugh. Hoping somebody maybe might, let me question, that sounds kind of interesting. Let me find out more about it. And just the very nature of seeking may lead them to solving problems that they never thought they would ever be able to solve in their own life, their own environment, their own soul. Who knows? We're all here learning. I can't breathe on my own. I need the outside world to help me breathe. I'm on a ventilator all day. 2 different ventilators, but still. I can't be me without you. I can't be me without what's going on, man. So why should I polarize myself against what's happening and forget that I'm part of that happening? I'm not, what did he say? I'm not trapped in a bag of skin that everybody calls Zach or the mental ninja sent on earth on probation. I am a piece of everything that's happening around me. I am the center of everything that's happening around me. And it's all being processed right here. It's all being deciphered and understood right here. Imagine what can happen if I can change the way I understand it at will. Maybe I'd be a master of my own universe. And if I'm master of my own universe, I'm master of a universe. And that universe is the universe that I live in. No, I'm master of the universe, and I get to a situation, I pull out my fucking sword. I have the power to change how I feel about the world, to change how I feel about the situation. Real quick story, all right? I'm gonna end it. So the crabbers, when they're in the Puget Sound or the Bering Strait, whatever, seasoned 20-year crabbers and new guys, and they're out there on their month vessel journey, their week-long journey and stuff, and they're doing their thing. And all of a sudden this storm, a squall comes around, and it's crazy chaos, and the fucking 100-foot waves and stuff, and it's throwing a ship from this way to that way, shit's flying, people flying and stuff, and everybody on the ship is now inside the ship, and they're all fucking scared to death. They're scared they're gonna make it through this. Seasoned 20-year guys and new guys, been on it for a week and for a month and 2-year guys, they're all fucking freaking out. They're all afraid and stuff, and they're all praying, God, please calm the storm. Please stop the storm. God does not stop the storm. But what happens is God calms their hearts. The storm continues and they find their peace. Right now, see that? Ain't nothing new under the sun or under the dark sky. But I've had nights where I was fucking tormented by my own fucking struggles. Nights just like this. And that tree, I bet that tree was there the whole time. And it's there right now. And right now I'm cool. So what changed if nothing has changed? Tapped into something. And sometimes it's a disconnect. And then I gotta learn again. It's kind of like why when a child takes his first step, he's focused on mom. Child pulls himself up. That's how I was gonna end it. Child pulls itself up, takes a step, falls down, cries a little bit, pulls itself back up, takes a step, wobbles, takes another step, falls, pulls itself back up, takes a step, a little bit more firm balance, takes another step, and boom, 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 gets to mom. I think there's a story with Jesus and Peter about the same thing. And the funny thing about that story is that they thought he was a ghost. Like, who the fuck is that, nigga? You a ghost? He said, nah, it's me. It's me, niggas. Well, if it's you, tell me to come out there with you. Nigga, come on. Peter, jump out the boat. Walking. Oh, shit. Walking. Then he started to sink because he started getting worried about the waves and shit. And he's about to sink. He's like, oh, Messiah, Master, Rabbi, help. Reaches out. Jesus right there. Boom. Pulls him up. Oh, you have little faith. You know what I'm saying? But the whole moral of the story is that wherever the fuck that nigga Jesus was, where it was 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, half a fucking football field, Peter got there on faith alone. A baby gets there on faith alone. We've been disconnected to faith alone, a childlike faith that every baby is born has. Maybe it's the driving force of birth itself. Maybe faith is the driving force of creation itself, that need to be. And if you have a need to be, stop needing it and just be. Because wisdom created itself with the knowledge of itself. Simple. Simple math. When we stop polarizing ourselves between black and white and just be in the middle and know that both polarities exist. When you step on that fucking Masonic checkerboard, or you step on the fucking to the dais and you're on that checkerboard, that's it. And there you are on top of it. Master of the universe. What would you have your universe be today? What challenges will the hero face today? Ask that question when you wake up in the morning. What challenges is the hero going to face today? But when you say you're the hero, you are asserting something powerful of yourself. You are telling yourself that you're going to overcome because that's what the hero does. Simple mind metaphysics, bro. Anyway, that's all I got tonight, man. I hope this is helping anybody. You know, I'm just here to share because I'm getting people share with me. You know what I'm saying? My cup runneth over. I'm a commission worker. My commission was paid in full for my whole entire life with my first day of sobriety. All I do is have to give it back, to give it away for free. If I get, I've already been paid. It's gonna, my path is taken care of. It's called faith. It's called belief. It's called knowing that an answer will present itself. All I gotta do is be ready, which means working to it. I mean, I gotta be ready, but I gotta get out there in the world and shit. I gotta get outside myself instead of being trapped inside myself. It's crazy how the shit works. Now I'll finish with this. Self never reveals self to self while trying to get free from the bondage of self. It is you against yourself. You are the world. It is you against the world because you are the world. The world is what you make of it. Here. Rewire from here to here. And then put them together and you'll be here. Peace and love. In 93s, I'm out.